Konnichiwa, my name is Kaori Nagao, your Las Vegas lifestyle specialist. Today, Chakits and I will be interviewing Carmen Barber, owner of the French bakery here in Southern Highlands, Le Café des Suds.
Wow, you said that really good.
Thanks. I practiced. As you know, you guys, I love highlighting women in the industry. This is part of the Dynamic Women interview series, and I would love for all of you to hear Carmen's story, how she started being an entrepreneur. As you all know, it's not easy, and I'd love all of you guys watching this to support her at her 3 locations. She has Lake Las Vegas, Green Valley Ranch, and now in Southern Highlands.
Oh, look at this.
Double espresso.
Look, I don't know if I should be taking this home and be
It's all about the crema. You know, when you get an espresso and you don't have the crema.
Cute. Look at this.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It is cute. Yes.
So, Kathy was telling me that this is your 3rd location. What made you come up with this? Like, where was the inspiration? Like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna start a company and get it going.
My husband is French, I'm Romanian, and in 2015, he started working in corporate on the Strip. He opened Guy Savoy at Caesars, then went to the Wynn, then managed Eiffel Tower. So learned everything that you can learn from an operations standpoint, and he loves cooking. He was my private chef for the last 14 years.
Oh, wow.
So I got really lucky. I was in luxury retail. I was at Prada for 6 years, then at Dior for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So luxury kind of become part of our lifestyle. So we liked great food and we liked nice things. So we said, if we're going to start a business, we have to have a vision from the beginning. And we started in Lake Las Vegas. I mean, if you know Lake Las Vegas.
That is kind of a tough market because
so tough.
When it comes to real estate, and especially on the commercial side, we have dead zones. Right?
Right.
And I like Lake Las Vegas, but during that crash, that place was dead. So when did you actually open that?
2015. No, 2017. In 2015, we moved there.
Okay.
And even in 2017, everybody told us don't open a business there. The village is managed poorly.
Yes.
It's not marketed in any way. When we moved there were about 1,500 homes, and they don't support the village. Even when they do, it'll be an evening affair. So breakfast, we said, we'll try. My husband really believed in galettes, and we can make some later if you wanted to see how we make them. The buckwheat crepes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're traditional from Brittany, and you don't find them in town. There's probably just a couple of places. And they took off immediately. I mean, it's a 700 square foot space.
Yes.
Right? With a big patio right on the lake. And we managed to do 250 transactions on a Saturday or on a Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Out of that little space.
Yeah.
So it gave us a boost and a confidence to say, well, we can grow, right? This is not the end of the world. Our big umbrella is called Le Café du Monde. We didn't want to put that on the storefront, but we decided each location will have this idea of Le Café du, and then based on its own location.
Right.
Le Café du Lac is on the lake, Duval is in the valley.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds good.
Right?
Yes,
The one in the valley, Green Valley, is Café Duval. Café du Sud is in the south. We're going to Summerlin and then north, and that, so we're growing very strategically.
Now, when you made that transition on over from as an employee to an entrepreneur, were you scared? And what was that mindset transitioning over? Because I think that's where a lot of people have that problem, where they're working and they're secure with a job, they know money's coming in, but as an entrepreneur, you kind of make that shift, that mindset, hey, we're going to do it.
We were fortunate. We started it in phases, right?
Okay.
My husband left his work and we based everything on my income in Lake Las Vegas. Then we decided to open a second one while I was still working. We were supposed to open right before the pandemic, and then we opened in May of 2020. And the Strip was pretty much shut down. So I wasn't really going to work 100%, so I could focus on my business. And then October of 2020, we had enough income, enough cash flow to say, okay, I can leave and focus on this 100%.
Wow.
Meanwhile, we took over this lease.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
So it's so strange, I never believed that you can say, the stars align sometimes and you gotta be at the right place at the right time. That's what happened to
So
us.
basically, you did like more of a strategic transition.
Very strategic.
And I think that worked out because that's the same thing that I did when I got into real estate.
Yeah.
I slowly got into real estate as we were making more and more money. My wife, she was working at Walgreens at the time. We were secure with the insurance, so I was able to make enough money where she was able to also transition.
Same.
But then you got to also take that leap of faith.
Absolutely.
The good news is that once you do that, you're a little bit scared.
Right.
But as you're scared, what happens is now you're forced to do that. So now you're all in.
Absolutely. And entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, right, guys? You just have to have that mindset, like you said.
Yeah.
And if you have that partnership, obviously, with your husband and yourself, still working full time, but being able to do that transition.
We are completely different and we complement each other. He's back of house. If you'll see him ever here, he'll be in the corner, and me, I'm talking to
That's good.
everyone. So we divide and conquer, right? He'll focus on everything that has to do with food quality and consistency and orders, and I make sure the front of the house, service, marketing, everything else that comes with it is taken care of. So
Now, did you have investors helping you out, or you guys?
100% just the two of us.
Oh, really?
And we strongly believe that this will be the business model going forward. We do have a short-term and long-term goal. 2025 will decide how we move forward. By then, we're convinced we'll have at least 4 locations.
Beautiful.
Where's that next location going to be?
We're looking at Summerlin.
Summerlin?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Now, also once you get to this point, I think that people come in and they like what they see, they're interested in your profitability, and then they start offering you opportunities. So
100%.
you just have to be strategic of where you go. For us, it's all about, without being pretentious, right? This is one of our best sellers, the almond croissant.
amazing.
What is this?
Yes.
It's an almond croissant, right? It's a butter croissant. All our pastry comes from France. We bake it fresh here. And then for this one, we make an almond paste from scratch. So it has almond paste inside, a little bit on the top. And it's one of our best sellers.
Okay.
So you're looking at an audience that would be willing to try it, right? Pay the price at any given time.
Can we give this a shot?
Please.
Give it a
Let's
shot.
try here.
Okay.
Cut this. Let's give it a shot and see what it tastes like.
So that being said, we're looking for neighborhoods that embrace the concept. For us, the idea of a successful restaurant business incorporates 3 elements that you never forget about, right? You create an atmosphere. Obviously, you're looking at design. When you enter it, it's a French restaurant. You kind of get an idea that we try to go towards
take a
a
little
French
piece?
Yeah, sure.
place. Then you have the music that creates that ambience. You have the food that always should be presented well and should taste great. And then you have the service.
I like that.
It's counter service, but that's where everybody's really going towards these days. It's a little more casual.
Yeah.
It does not end there. We bring the food to the table, you connect with the person that drops the food, the manager checks on you, the owners are present.
So it's the experience.
So the 3 layers are so important. And I always tell people, ask yourself, what are your favorite places?
Yeah.
Do they offer all 3? As much as possible. We drop the ball, no doubt.
Yeah.
Because most likely they don't invest a lot of money in the place, but they focus on the food and the service, right? Or they make it glitzy, the food is boring, the service is great, right? So 2 out of the 3. It's hard to get 3 out of 3.
All right,
This is delicious.
I'm gonna have to try this one.
Please.
Yeah.
Want you to try.
Oh, the almond place. Yeah, York.
York is a professional eater here, so
The flan is also a Parisian flan that we make in house.
Yeah.
Dry cleaning, I always pay for dry
Anna?
cleaning. She loves it. She always said I gotta cook
Yeah.
There you go.
I call Anna the mayor of Southern Highlands because she really knows everything.
Oh, the dry cleaning
Anna?
lady.
Yeah.
give Rudy a piece.
We're
Yeah.
very,
Rudy will try this.
she's also European, she's from Albania, but lived in Italy. So her and I are very, very much alike.
I love her personality. She always wakes me up in the morning.
Only you could.
Yeah. You want to give me your plate? Yeah. Perfect.
Do you all live in Southern Highlands or?
No, I don't.
Yeah, just me and Rudy.
Yeah.
Chakits is on the strip. York, where are you?
I live in Southern Highlands.
Oh, Southern Highland. So
I
three.
ate the chicken sandwich last night.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
So good.
Yeah. When did you eat it, Saturday?
Saturday?
Monday.
Oh, nice. All right, let's capture Rudy.
Wow.
It's very.
It's an almond paste.
flaky and
Almond.
fluffy.
Hopefully you're not allergic.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. The flavor.
It's really good.
Is it good?
It's okay to use your hand.
Let's get John, the
Yeah.
camera guy. in here
John.
real quick.
Here,
Give it
yeah,
to-
I'll cut for this.
Right.
Yeah.
You like it?
I like the chew one. It's crispy.
Now you gotta try a
So,
piece.
is this made every single morning?
Every morning.
Yeah.
Good.
This is all for me, right?
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah, delicious. Yeah.
So, what is this right here?
It's a Parisian flan. The flan obviously is really popular in Spain and South
Yeah.
America. Parisians, they build a crust around it just to
Okay.
be a little bit different. And then it's just like a traditional flan filling.
Okay.
So you have to try. You always have to look at consistency, right? It has
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
a little gelatiny.
Gelatin.
Try it out. It's very popular. The fresh fruit is you can't go wrong.
How's it?
That's actually very good.
Yeah.
It's very light.
It's very light.
That's what I like about it. Now, this can actually get pretty addicting.
Yeah.
You got to try this, York.
Yeah.
So we can serve it with berries or with caramel, with chocolate. It's just a matter of how people would prefer this. We also do a homemade cheesecake.
Okay.
That's really good. They're working on it now.
What time do you guys normally open here?
7 to 3 every day.
Something every day?
But we have a couple of projects in mind. We're gonna introduce afternoon tea. I know a lot of ladies
Yes.
want to fill up their time, you know, between 11
Yeah,
and
and
4.
school gets out like 2:33.
Right.
So
That's
for me,
perfect.
it's nice to like be able to pick up the kids and
Yeah.
come here, relax a little bit before activities.
When we negotiated taking over this space, I don't know if you know, but this was a gray shell for 12 years.
This was a what?
Gray
Gray
shell.
shell.
It was
Oh,
dirt.
really?
Dark.
I mean, they built the center and kept this corner available for a specific concept that Gary had in mind. And they saw our space in Green Valley, which is much smaller, and my budget was smaller to build it.
Yeah.
He loved the concept, loved the food, and he did say that I'd like for you to have a couple of nights of dinners, just to fill up, you know, the nights when the club is closed, and just offer a different.
Which would make sense.
Then, so towards the end of the year, we're gonna introduce some dinners.
Oh, wow, nice.
So what type of plates or what type of food are you guys gonna have?
It's still French, right? When you're thinking
Yeah.
of a French bistro, some of the great classics,
Yeah.
you know, some
Yeah.
duck confit, some coq au vin, some. We already have on the specials. If you want to see the board, we have escargot, we have foie gras,
Yeah.
we have caviar that you can eat at any given time. So those will still be available. In France, and it's quite common to have a galette, right? It's a buckwheat crepe with we have duck prosciutto, cheese, egg. You can have that for dinner or a quiche.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
quiche is great at any given time of the day. So croque monsieurs, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So very simple, casual, good wine.
Is that coming this fall or this winter?
You know as well as I do that I can't plan anything with the employees are hard to find.
Absolutely. Staffing is definitely challenging. Still challenging.
So, talking about finding employees, why is it such a hard challenge?
Well, this particular bracket,
Yeah.
you know, in the restaurant industry is not a waiter on the street that'll no doubt will get $400, $500 consistently every night. You know, you're
Yeah.
coming in and we pull tips. We tip our dishwashers to the front of the house. It's, you know, the minimum salary, you cannot do that anymore. $9.75, nobody gets out of the house. So we're at the $15, $16 mark pretty much for a lot of the skilled employees, right?
And I think minimum wage now is what, $10 an hour? Is that
I think
right,
it's
guys?
more.
$9.75, I think, still in Nevada.
So even paying people $16, you're still having a hard time.
I think it's a mentality shift in this,
Yeah.
you know, 17 to 25 age group that, you know, they'd rather stay at home with the parents. Some of them don't even have a driver's license.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just this like, do I really want to get out of the house?
Yeah.
So what we work so hard at is first of all giving them benefits. So we have a 401k starting at 18.
Oh wow.
We have health insurance for everyone.
Yeah.
Which makes a difference. How you compete with bigger
Yeah.
brands.
Of course.
And we also build a family belonging feel.
Yeah.
Right? You train them. We're really personal. We're spending time with them. You know, I'm really.
You creating that culture.
Yeah, I'm never really so politically correct that they're scared to come to me and talk to me about anything.
Absolutely. That's important.
And then we're just hoping that when it gets hard, because that's what happens, you know, when you're young and it gets hard, it's so much easier to leave, to quit.
Right.
They work through it.
Now, what are some of the challenges that you're having as an entrepreneur running a restaurant? 'Cause I'm sure there's a few challenges that you have, and I want to share with the audience so that way they can really get to know you as a person.
So to be honest, the biggest challenge is getting our audience to really understand what it takes to open, operate
Yeah.
a food establishment.
Yeah.
Right? We depend on people 100%. And when you do depend on people 100%, think about it.
Yeah.
Any given day, there'll be 1,000 different variables, right? Your
Yeah.
team, your vendors, your customers, you know. Have you ever woken up and you're hungry? You know, it's like, I need food immediately. I mean, breakfast is so hard. I asked Jeffrey Fredericks, like, you go for breakfast, you want your food now, and you want it the way you eat it at home sometimes. But you have to be a little more, you know, open to accept that maybe this establishment is dealing with some things. So on my first board there, I said, we're proud humans serving humans.
Oh, wow.
That's all I really want.
Yeah.
If you read that sentence and you don't understand what that means and you're giving us a bad review because you waited
Yeah.
20 minutes on a sandwich.
Yeah, we're all humans. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Relax.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you. That's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting past that. And it's sad, but people judge you on your rating on Yelp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
They do.
So if you're working so hard to build this business, of course you want 5 stars. It's hard, right? But when you drop to 4.5, when you drop to 4 out of just a personal opinion
Right.
of how things should be.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a way to go back and explain yourself, but I don't have time. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, that review is there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No doubt people should have the opportunity to express themselves, but just take a step back and think twice before you do that. Could I do what they do?
Yeah.
What does it really take? And
Yeah.
you know, maybe today was just a bad day. I can go back and give them another chance. I take constructive criticism, not well, but I take it.
I don't think we all do. We don't.
Feedback is great. Always room for improvement.
But if an entrepreneur like
Yeah.
any of you comes and says, hey, I went there 3 times and this is what happened, maybe
Yeah.
you should look into it. Oh my God, that will be the first thing that I'm gonna work on. We read between the lines, you know, it could be a bad review that has some subjective and some objective
Yeah, and I
feedback.
think consumers, you know, including myself, I don't always go for the, 5-star. If you're looking at a company that has a bunch of 5 stars and that's all it is, that's
It's made up.
It's
yeah.
made up.
Yeah.
For me, it's in between that 4, 4.5. Then I also look at the comments too, because sometimes the comments could be, just opinionated. And that's all it is. And then it's nothing bad. So that happy medium for me is going to be that, that 4, 4.5. And I know that's a solid restaurant.
It
you
is.
know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, talking about that, I've been eyeing this out a little bit.
Liz,
So, what
go
is
for it.
this exactly? Can you explain this?
It's a fresh fruit tart
Okay.
that has a crème pâtissier or vanilla cream base and then the fresh fruit. And we make it 3-4 times a day because we
3-4
go to
times a
so
day.
many. So they're as fresh as they get.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's
So you have a
check it out.
crunchy crust, the vanilla cream.
Oh, it is a hard crust.
It's a crunchy crust.
Yeah, crunchy
It's necessary. I think, food should have, those different elements.
Yeah.
You can't have just one note. So I think that's why these are so popular. The vanilla meringue also is really.
So, do you guys create your own dishes as far as do you guys get creative with it and try to make your own dishes and stuff like that? Or is this like a family recipe that was actually passed down?
So these are recipes that my husband decided that he wants to have on the menu from day one. We did not reinvent the wheel.
Okay.
I mean, French cuisine, the moment you start making it your own,
Right.
it becomes something different. And I applaud people
Yeah.
that do that, right? This is a traditional French cafe, sometimes with a twist, right? We hire people that have a vision, they have a initiative, and we allow them to wake up one day and say, this is what we're gonna do special, right? But the base, it's always a tradition. Now you asked me about avocado toast. We introduced it because it's such a popular item on this side of the world.
is.
And it's one of our best sellers.
Yeah. What I like about this bakery here, everything's all light. It's
Very
not heavy.
light, no.
That's what I like about this.
Well, it's not too sweet. It is a different style, you know?
Right.
When you eat a big cake that's full of sugar and
Yeah.
cream and doesn't fit well.
Sit well. Yeah.
And you know what I like about this environment? It feels like we can hang out and enjoy. And
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Americans, including myself, we'll go to a restaurant. We don't have a conversation. We just eat. So the culture and the lifestyle is completely
Very different. Yeah.
And I can tell that by coming in this establishment that the vibe is completely different. It's we're gonna hang out,
Right.
we're gonna enjoy each other's company, and we're gonna have a conversation as we enjoy the food.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that make me so proud.
Yeah.
When we opened the one in Green Valley, we're in a really nice neighborhood. We're right across from McDonough Highlands,
Yeah.
Dragon Ridge, all of that. People come in for a coffee and they end up making friends.
Yeah.
So when we opened this place, I invited some of our best customers and people that supported us from day one. And when we opened the other place, it was amazing. I mean, people from all walks of life, they became really good friends. They're
Yeah.
now doing business together. They're traveling together. It blows my mind that, you know, you go to an unexpected little cafe, right? And you look around. I mean, because I love talking to people, that's how we managed to build our business. When we needed funds, you know, as well as I do, banks don't loan to a restaurant. So when you ask me if we have investors, we don't. It was a personal loan that's all paid off, and we really want to give back to the community in many ways.
Yeah.
I've worked with Grant a Gift for Autism at Dior for many years, and we are really passionate about homeless and kids' hunger. So we want, as we go forward, to create some fun events. So because I come from the fashion world, I wanted to do a fashion night out every
Nice.
season.
Nice.
Bring a charity that will benefit
Right.
from the proceeds, and then bring somebody that will talk about fashion trends, right?
Yeah.
And then a luxury brand that's just, and it can be a luxury brand of real estate or cars or whatever it may be. And I think that can be something fun in this community. I mean, everybody that I
Absolutely.
speak to about this
Yes.
is very excited.
Excited,
You
yeah.
get to really dress up. I mean, there's a few big galas in town
Yes.
that capture everybody's audience, but this would be, you know, a local
Yeah.
place
Local event.
that just brings people together.
Absolutely. And I could tell you as a Southern Highlands expert, you know, I come here all the time. I do meetings here, whether it's with my clients or with other realtor friends, with other Southern Highlands moms. And I always see familiar faces here. And that's what we love to create more of in Southern Highlands. And that's why, you know, my husband and I opened Mama Bird and Ola as well, because we wanted more sense of community. And this is another example of where the community could get together. And I really appreciate that, Carmen, because we needed something like this here.
Thank you.
You know, and as the community grows, and I'll talk to you, you know, about the market update and what's going on in Southern Highlands, we have more custom homes being built. We don't have that much other, you know, new builds per se, but this is a growing community. It's kind of a hidden gem, right? A lot of people obviously know Summerlin, Henderson. Not that many people talk about Southern Highlands, but I'm the biggest advocate of
Yes,
Southern
you are.
Highlands. And, you know, that's why I've been living here for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, you should move here.
But you're winning over a lot of the people that had started in Askaya,
Yes.
and they said, forget about it. You know, I'm so much closer to the airport. I'm
Yeah.
closer to the Strip and Chinatown or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
It really is a perfect location.
Yeah. Really
Yeah,
love it.
I like the fact that it is hidden, but also you can jump on the freeway.
Yeah, very
and
easy
you can
access.
get anywhere from here, and it's very close.
Yes. Especially if you're traveling, it's just 10 minutes to the airport, 10 minutes to the strip. 15 minutes to Spring Mountain. I'm always there for the yummy food. And yeah, it just helps that it's so easy and convenient to get on the 15 and the 215. And also, we're the first community off the freeway when you're coming from Southern California.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of friends and family.
And that's true. A lot of people that come from California, this is like one of the places they look and they realize like, hey, I actually like this location, especially if they're commuting back and forth. So.
Exactly.
And I think it's different than the other communities, especially where we have businesses, that there's a lot of young families with a lot of COVID kids. but it's great, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, I don't have kids. Never had, these are my
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love that you know, there's a younger generation
Yeah.
that's bringing in, and they're getting educated in here. I see them eating escargot for breakfast.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
Wow.
Fancy.
Escargot.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
just sounds fancy.
All right. Carmen, what's going on over here?
So we talked about the galettes.
Yes.
You see on our menu,
Menu.
big focus is the buckwheat crepes. They're called galettes.
Okay.
And obviously sweet crepes. Chef Nick here is making a sweet crepe.
Nice.
We can make a buckwheat crepe so
Awesome.
that everybody knows. I know there are a lot of Japanese and Koreans.
Yeah.
They really come for the buckwheat crepe.
Absolutely.
So do you have different options and variations that you can make with this? Or?
Yes, yes. So when you look at the menu, the base is the same. It's a buckwheat crepe that's made to order. And then for the savory, it begins with an egg that's sunny side up cooked, and then Gruyere cheese. You can add ham, you can add salmon, you can add duck prosciutto. So it's just a matter of chorizo or vegetarian. You can do mushrooms or artichokes, which I think is great as well.
So what is the number one seller for this as far as like toppings and stuff? What you said?
Ham, egg, and cheese.
Really?
Yeah, it's called a complete.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast. They are breakfast items. It's egg, cheese, and then different ingredients. But I think when you're thinking of French food, you're thinking of a croissant,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So then you can think of a ham and cheese croissant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you're getting a ham and cheese in a buckwheat crepe.
Nice.
Nice.
Another ham and cheese option, and I don't know if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The croque monsieur over here.
Very nice. Beautiful. Look at
I
that.
love the presentation on
Yeah.
it. This is
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah, we wanted a little more rustic. So the croque monsieur, it's a cheesy,
Yeah.
crunchy ham and cheese sandwich. We use for our morning sauce. The secret is nutmeg. So you can add an egg on top for a croque madame because women are always more complicated.
Yeah. We are.
So
Yeah, beautiful.
obviously the butter croissants and the pastries, and so you really can't go wrong with any of this. We do a couple of specials.
Yes.
So for early birds that come before 9 o'clock, they can get a free crepe, a sweet crepe, with any breakfast.
Okay.
And then after 1:30, with any sandwich or salad, you get a free coffee or tea and a
Nice.
small pastry.
Awesome.
So those are the times when it's a little slower, so we're
Yeah.
trying to bring people in.
And tell us about your 2 to 3, like the last hour promotion.
Yeah, so last hour, everything that's available is half price.
Wow.
Yes.
Right. Except
So-
for the croissants and the pain au chocolat.
Yes.
These become the almond croissants the next day.
Yes. So I was actually here yesterday, and I usually come between that 2 to 3 time because that's an hour before I pick up the girls. And then whatever's available, it's 50% off.
Ooh,
So
quick tip. Look at that.
quick
Yes.
tip. Yes. Great breakfast for the next day. Girls love it.
Just don't expect the almond croissant to
Okay.
be still
Yes,
here.
exactly. Exactly. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is our display.
And this is iced
This
plate?
is the cold plate.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, so it keeps it all cold.
Nice.
These are the things that have the cream. So
Beautiful.
what you're looking at.
Yeah. All right.
You wanted to go in?
Yes,
too?
let's
Yeah,
go to the back.
okay.
Let's see what's going on back here.
Okay.
Yeah, you have Chef Pablo and Chef Robert.
Ah,
Yeah.
everything you make is delicious.
Oh, it is? Thank you.
Yes.
So what takes place here?
So this is our salad bar, but no magic happens here. As you see, it's a
Everything
very
happens
small
here, yeah.
space. We wanted to maximize the sitting area.
Okay.
So they have to be really clean and organized and efficient. Like I said, we do 200 some transactions on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee almost every ticket will have a salmon toast, an avocado toast, French toast. Our French toast is to die for.
Oh my God.
I mean,
What's
it's,
better, yeah.
it's about I don't know,
Super thick.
3-inch
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's a French brioche.
Yeah. Amazing.
That's good on its own.
So with the toast or the French toast, you have to have a certain type of dough, bread, and all that stuff, right? That makes a difference.
Yeah.
The French brioche is the best bread to use
Okay.
for it.
So is that actually produced here, or is it still produced somewhere
Comes
else?
in France.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Yeah. Very impressive.
So that means you literally got to get it. You got to fly it here, then you got to make it, so that way you can make it fresh, which is amazing. Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It is. And when you really look at the quality of the butter and the flour,
Yeah.
they know better.
Hmm.
French just know how to do
So,
that.
is that what it comes down to? Is just the type of flour? That makes sense.
Think about pizza places,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Which are better? The
Yeah.
ones that use the best quality flour, the best quality ingredients, but in the pizza, it's about the water.
Yeah.
So the reason why New York pizza, for example, is so great is
Yeah.
because of their water. There's something crazy about it. Same in Italy. And you can't really import water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you have to really make up for it with the right ingredients. Being in Vegas, I mean, farms, it's really hard
Yeah.
to really find fresh ingredients all the time. So we're really working at the vendors that can bring us the best quality. When it comes to all the cold cuts and the cheese, it's all imported from Europe.
Wow.
We work with the business and that's what they do. You know, they bring the best quality. Our ham is called Jambon de Paris.
Yeah.
And you can taste the difference. I mean, if you get a ham that has all the antibiotics and the salt added compared to a great,
Right behind you, guys. Pull something out for the.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Here we go.
Chef,
Yeah,
what's
our
that?
cheesecake. It's our
Ooh.
cheesecake. You're ready to pull it out, yeah?
All right.
Oh,
Be careful.
Yeah, right here in the car. Yeah, super hot,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Thought you was on this side.
Super
Yeah.
hot. There you go.
Beautiful.
So as far as like the food being imported here, are you having challenges as far as getting them here? Because I noticed that we have like shortage of
Yeah.
materials and stuff like that. Are you having that problem too as well?
I mean, we're not direct importers. We
Yeah.
work with third parties. Yes, there's always going to be a challenge. You're looking at the brie is really important in the French cuisine, and a lot of our items have brie. It's called brie de meaux.
Okay.
We always try to use that quality.
Yeah.
So when there isn't a brie de meaux, they'll find a different brie that comes probably from a different part of France to substitute it. So those will be the things. But there's times when there isn't any brie, so we just 86 any item that
Yeah.
won't have
Which
brie.
makes sense. But now, can you taste the difference between one breed to another?
If you're a connoisseur, yes.
Yes. Okay.
You can taste the difference between a President brie and
Yeah.
a French brie. Yes, it has that I don't know. It's like a bitterness, and yeah, some people don't like it because it's so strong.
Yeah.
Because they're just so used to something.
All right, Chef, what do we have going on here?
All right, here we got the tuna. We got the tuna sandwich right here. So where we press it, we put a little bit of butter, both sides, get it nice and crispy.
Nice.
Dish it off the oven. On this side, we do all our cooking, like our eggs, our poached eggs, our scrambled eggs, our sunny side up eggs. We have our bacon. So it's a
Nice.
very small place, but we always manage to take care of
To get it,
the
yeah.
places and everything. So,
Awesome.
You know, it's working, correctly and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
efficiency, right?
Yeah, you know, it's all about, yeah.
Great.
And then over here we have our ovens where we do
Okay.
our bread. We bake the bread every day.
Yeah.
Daily we break it fresh, so whenever we're out, we keep going every day. So we use as much as we can. As you see right there, we have an empty cart because we're not that busy today.
Yeah.
So we sold out a lot already.
Sold out already.
Yeah.
What time is your first batch in the oven, would you say?
5:30 in the morning.
5:30.
5:30, yes.
You guys.
5:30, 5:15.
5:15.
Yes,
That's
5:15.
early.
Yeah, very early. We start here early.
That's
we come in,
amazing.
cook the bread, do the almond croissants from scratch. So do the hollandaise from scratch.
Yeah.
So everything's pretty much house baked.
Yeah.
Everything's made from scratch. And trying to do
Awesome.
like that farm to table thing.
Yeah.
Give the guests the best experience that they can have.
That's amazing.
That's what it's all about.
Well, we could taste it.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching the video to the end. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure you like, subscribe, and engage Kaori Luxury Real Estate. And
Chakits with Simply Vegas. Check out our channel, Chakits 2.0, and don't forget to subscribe.
you got it. And then Carmen, thank you so much for today. Any last words for our audience?
I'm so thankful for this. For us, it's all about the personal connection and the support from the community, and I have to thank both of you for everything.
All right, you guys have to come check out Carmen's place here in Southern Highlands.
Support your locals.
Support your local. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one.